Hey everyone, back again with another video. This time around, I have some more current and last gen video game pickups to share with you guys. I got a decent set of games here, including a couple of newer items as well, and a couple of last gen games also. The first thing I'm going to show you guys isn't actually a video game. It is an amiibo. Like I mentioned in previous videos, depending on whether or not I have more current gen stuff to show or more toys to show, I'll be showing the amiibos in either my toy pickups or in my current and last gen pickups. So here it is in this video. I was able to track down a Shovel Knight amiibo. I was really happy to be able to find this, and the only reason I actually ended up getting this is because I found it at Upper Canada Mall, which is up in Newmarket. For those of you that don't really know the GTA, it's just a little bit north of the city. I want to say about a 30 to 40 minute drive by highway, I believe, something like that, maybe a little bit longer. Either way, I was up there visiting family, and I stopped by the mall just to take a look around. And first, I noticed they had a ton of Lucas amiibos, like a lot. It was just piles and piles of Lucas amiibos, or even more that were not even put out because there just wasn't room for them. But they had just one Shovel Knight left, and he was actually in the back of the store. The thing that I can say about this, though, it seems that the build quality isn't as nice as the other amiibos. Definitely the base feels cheaper, and it's made of a different plastic. The paint on the amiibo itself is kind of off. It's hard to tell, but right there on his sort of shoulder plate, you can see that the yellow sort of like melts off onto his arm, instead of just remaining on the sort of outer edge there. And this one here, I haven't actually set out to measure it, but it really seems like the left horn here is shorter than the right horn, which is kind of bothering me. It seems like it's smaller altogether, but it could just be that I'm looking at it in a weird way. But either way, it works. I have it for the purposes that I wanted it, so perfect. That's all that matters. Next up, first game here is ATV Quad Frenzy. I got this for $1.75 at EB Games. And what sucks about this is that the first copy of this that I got was actually like dented, and dented a lot. I actually took it out of the case, and I flipped it around, and there were huge dents in it, and it would not play at all. So I had to go back to the store. They had another copy of it, so then I went ahead and just exchanged that. The next game, I also got this while I was at Upper Canada Mall. It's just not a game that I've seen all that often in stores downtown, especially for $17, which is what I paid for it. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. I haven't been that into the Mystery Dungeon games. I did play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, which was, well, the first one on the DS. And I tried to put more time into Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but I just haven't been all that into it. But I do want to try to get all the Pokemon games, so that includes the Mystery Dungeon titles as well. Next game is brand new, just came out the other day. Started playing it, kind of interesting. Haven't invested all that much time into it yet, so I can't say much. It's Final Fantasy Explorers. Yeah, Final Fantasy. They're really pushing the co-op play on this. Even on the Square Enix store, like on their website, I saw that you could buy a pack with 4 copies of this game, and I thought that was just kind of strange. I don't even remember if it actually like gave you a discount for buying 4 of them, but they're really trying to push, like I said, co-op play with this game. Next few games here are all PS3 games. Some that I'd actually been looking for some time. The first one here isn't that well of a received title. In fact, it's kind of sort of ruins the sort of legacy of this series. It's Bionic Commando on the PS3, where pretty much his robot grappling arm is his wife, if I remember correctly. Like, his wife's mind is in his arm, some nonsense like that. But it was like about $4, so I thought might as well grab it now. The next game I found at an EB that I've actually never been to before, and they had 3 copies of this game. Now this game I've been looking I've been looking for it for some time, and I'm happy to finally have it. I don't think, well, I'm almost definitely certain that this doesn't come with the online pass, so I won't get the access to the bonus content in this. It says if you have the online pass, you get access to the original game that came before this. It's Alice Madness Returns for the PS3, an American McG game. At first, I thought that American McG was like the name of a company or something, but it turns out that it's actually just some random guy who makes video games. Like, his first name is American, and I think I read that it's because his parents were like hippies or something, and they felt like naming him America, but then they named him like American, and it's just kind of weird, and definitely a weird name to have for an individual. But yeah, Alice Madness Returns, and I finally get to go ahead and play that. Now the last game I had been looking for a while, consistently failed at finding this game, especially at EB Games. Every single video game store that I would go to, they would tell me, "Are you sure that this was a physical release, that it wasn't just a PSN game or anything like that?" And I'm like, yes, I know it was a PSN game. I know that there is a physical release, though. And I have seen it in the past, but I just can't seem to find it now. I forget exactly what year it was released physically. I want to say 2011, maybe 2012. 2012. But this game here is an HD remake of a Sega Dreamcast game, particularly hard to find Sega Dreamcast game. So for me, I absolutely had to have this. I had to track this game down. It's nothing too special. It's just a shoot 'em up, but I mean, shoot 'em ups on the Dreamcast were awesome. Shoot 'em ups are typically decent games, unless something horribly wrong goes on with them. This one here is Under Defeat HD Deluxe Edition. It comes with a bonus soundtrack CD that also includes a digital art book, and the game disc is there. It had the manual and everything. I was really happy to finally track this down. I had such a hard time finding this, mainly because EB just doesn't have it in their system anymore. And every time that I went to a game store, like I mentioned before, people would either just not even attempt to look it up. They definitely have never heard of this game. Many people have not heard of this game. And they were all asking me things like, "Are you sure that's the name of the game? Maybe it's something else," like other questions like that. And it kind of bothered me that people couldn't just sort of understand that, hey, maybe there's a game out there that I don't know anything about. It seems, especially at EB, rather than saying that they don't know something, they'd rather just flat out lie about it. But who knows and who cares? So basically, that's it. 3 more PS3 games, 2 more DS games, and 1 more 3DS game to add to the collection, as well as 1 more amiibo. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below, and also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out if you'd like, and that's it. See ya.